welcome back to Wendy's Colouring, and today I'm going to do a bit of a go through with some of the stuff I've acquired over December and start of January. Yeah, I didn't think I'd be getting a huge amount for Christmas for colouring, but somehow these things have still built up, so it's a mixture of stuff. There's some books, there's some art materials, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the basically things that were bought for me first, books and art materials, and then I'll do stuff that I've acquired myself with my ongoing buying. I know, I have a problem. But first one is definitely not a problem. This is a huge thank you, because I think this is my first piece of Happy Mail. Not sure how long I've been doing this channel now, a year and a half, something like that, maybe a bit longer. But yeah, I think this is my first piece of Happy Mail from the very, very lovely Pixie Projects. She is a sweetheart. I think she was flipping this. I think she'd got them from a local shop, and I was like, oh, that book is cute. And yeah, so she decided she was going to send it to me, and yeah, what a lovely thing to do. She's such a lovely person. But yeah, thank you very, very much, Pixie. And it's such a cute little book. I do love a Christmas book. These I love. I think these are very cute. And I think that's highly likely for a page. I quite like this snowman as well. There's a lot of really nice pages in here. It's a bit of a mix. You've got this kind of patterny stuff on the background, so I think you can pretty much call it a alcohol pen book that's one-sided. I suppose if you're feeling really adventurous you could colour these, but chances are I think I'm probably not going to colour these. But I think this is a lovely book. You've got a mixture of all kinds of things. You've got some more simple stuff, you've got some more complicated things, you've got some patterny things. I just think it's a lovely mix of different bits and pieces for Christmas and that holiday season. So yeah, I think it's a really lovely book, and I'm really chuffed to have it. So thank you very much, Picture. It was a lovely surprise. I think it did arrive a couple of days literally before Christmas as well. And my husband was like, oh, what else have you ordered now? And I was like, I don't think I've ordered anything. I think I'm done. But yeah, it was a lovely gift from Pixie, and I'm going to keep them in there so I remember that forever. Thank you very much. Christmas colouring book. I think is it a Chartwell Books book, but yeah, very nice. I like it a lot. Sadly, I haven't had time to colour in it this season, but I'm looking forward to colouring in it later on down the year. Let me put it to one side on there. Then I have a lovely stack of books that family bought me. In fact, I won't lift the whole pile off because that makes it a bit difficult. So this one I think is a lovely book, and I'm hoping to learn a little bit about it because my watercolour knowledge is not that great. Creative Watercolour and Mixed Media Step-by-Step Guide. I think there are a few channels that have this on there, and obviously I won't show the whole book because that's not really very fair to the publisher, but gems. Yeah, I have. Currently, there is no way I'd try and watercolour a gem, so yeah, I shall be reading with interest on some of this. Obviously there's some night skies and other bits and pieces, but yeah, it looks like a really interesting watercolour book that I'm quite looking forward to having a go at. So Art for Modern Makers, Creative Watercolour and Mixed Media by Anna Victoria Calderon, it looks like. I think may have said that wrong, but yeah, it looks like a lovely book, and I'm quite enjoying having a play and giving it a go. Pop that on my pile. Then one that I think pretty much everyone has got, but for some reason I hadn't got. So I think it's Balls of Fur, isn't it? I think in translation. My French is not that great, but I think this is really cute. Obviously these are quite small books. I think they're 6x6. Feel a bit smaller than 8x8. So, but again, there's loads of flips of this. I'm not gonna spend ages flipping it, but I think this is really cute, and there's some doggos in here, so I'm chuffed, and some cats and lots of other herbally type creatures. And I think it kind of goes through different seasons as well, doesn't it? Just looking at what's popping up there as we're looking through. There's some kind of wintry ones. Oh, that almost looks like my dog there. Oh, that does look like her. Although she's looking a lot furrier than that at the moment. She's got a proper tail though. She hasn't had her tail chopped. Cute. But yeah, I think this is a lovely little book. Paper seems reasonable. Interested to see what it'll take. Kind of feels like it might take a bit of watercolour because it's quite thick, isn't it? But yeah, cute little book. Was on Amazon UK, so you don't have to go to, is it Lyra? Everybody else orders from. I've never ordered from them, but I think they got it from Amazon, who bought it for me. Then I've got this one that was also a lovely gift. Dreamland Coloring Whimsical Worlds by Renata Krozek. I'm not sure. Apologies if I've just butchered that. Yeah, I just thought this looks... I do like a kind of flowery book. It does have perforations on these pages, and it's pretty nice paper. I think, again, I might get away with a bit of watercolour on them. But I think it's got a bit mix of lots of things, but all kind of nature-y inspired. Oh, look, little foxes on the flowers. But yeah, I just thought it was quite nice. Something a little bit different. Mushrooms, yay. And kind of imagery that I really like. So kind of natural, woody, slightly odd. But yeah, it's definitely my cup of tea. And like I say, this paper feels quite nice, so I'm quite looking forward to having a play. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? Little teacups with origami boats in. Just something a little bit different. Oh, some more origami. Tiny people. I should whiz through quite quickly because, like I said, I think this is an old book. It's not a new book by any means, so more than likely you've seen it many times. But I hadn't got it. I think I did watch a brief flip of it, and I thought, oh yeah, I do like the imagery in it. So give it a go. Let's have a look. What else is left? Oh, that's a nice page. But yeah, there's some simpler ones, there's some more complicated ones. I think that was the last. Kind of even do the back, couldn't you? Time stands still. Yeah. I like it. Dreamland Coloring Whimsical World. Renata. Not going to try that again. Once was bad enough that I probably butchered it. Let's put that in my pile behind me. Then, and I need to open this, excuse me, reaching over to get to the scissors, because this still has its film on. I thought I'd open it when I filmed it. Please don't cut the paper. Oh, it hasn't even cut the film. Useless. Oh dear. Perhaps I should have opened this before. Yeah, so the calendar version of Worlds Within... Oh, I can't... Pausing, getting this off. We'll be back in a second. Aha! So, finally got in it. So, Joanna Basford's World of Wonder 2023 colouring calendar for the curious. And yeah, this is lovely. Really nice. Good quality product, as they always are with Joanna Basford. And card is really nice, nice and thick. And the first little print is there on the back of the front cover. So that one definitely should be an easy one to paint or use a variety of different media on, because it's obviously really good thick quality. And the normal pages, again, still I'd say considerably thicker than the book paper in her books. So yeah, probably could get away with painting some of this. It might wrinkle a little bit, I think, because obviously it's not designed for watercolour, but I do really like the images that are in here. Can't turn the page, can't get hold of it. There we go. Obviously these are all from the original book. There's no new ones in here, but you've got them a little bit bigger, you've got them on slightly thicker paper, you've got them one-sided if you don't want to use it as a calendar. But yeah, it's a really nice selection of images, and quite a good selection. Yay, owl. Might be done for this one. I do like an owl. But yeah, really nice selection of images. And that was the last one. So yeah, I probably won't do it as a full calendar. I'm not that good at keeping up, especially when they're 12 by 12 like this, if I'm going to colour anything else that month. Yeah, keeping it up is tricky. If I was just doing just the calendar, then yeah, that might be an easy one to do, but because I'm doing other things as well, keeping up with a 12 by 12, not so easy. Then I think my mother got me this, and I don't want her spending me a fortune on me, so I think these were just a tenner. So I don't use a huge amount of gel pens, I don't just do a gel pen page, but I did quite fancy having a better selection of glittery gel pens. So yeah, I pointed her in the direction of this one. I think is it Cas Exile? Don't know, no idea. That's how you spell it anyway, if you want to have a look for them. And yeah, it's literally just a, I think is it 48? I can't remember now. We'll have a look when I open the book in a second. But yeah, they're just all glitter ones. You've got a full set of refills to go with them, and amazingly, couldn't actually believe it when they arrived, they actually have, if my camera wants to focus, there you go, they actually have a number on them. So when you've swatched them, you can actually find the same pen again. And surprisingly, they've sent this little book with it that actually had a little swatch chart in it. And I was thinking, oh, but if I actually do the numbers, they're going to be all over this page. But no, this set is actually 48. They're numbered 1 to 48 in this set. And then, yeah, these are what they all look like when you've used them. And for a tenner, I'm pretty pleased with this set. I don't know how long they'll last. Obviously, I've got a refill. Amazingly, the refills actually are marked with the numbers on as well, so it should be easy peasy to put a new little refill in. But yeah, you get this little swatch book that's got, unfortunately, the sad bit of this is I suspect this looks like out of Joanna Basford's flower book, doesn't it, to me? That's what it looks like. Might be wrong, but I suspect there's some naughty images in here, but I can't place the rest, so maybe it's coincidental. But I quite like the fact they've done a little swatch book and it's in the swatch, it fits in the case. The fact they're numbered I think is great and very unusual, and the refills are also numbered, and you've got this nice little case that they all sit in as well, that obviously is an easy pack up. Quite hard case. I think it's quite a good little hard wearing case. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with it, and for a tenner, what do you want? I think that's quite a handy little thing. Then I also got this little wallet of cute little travel blushes. So I obviously take my smaller books into work, because I do go into work at silly o'clock in the morning to try and avoid the crazy traffic near me. So I thought it'd be quite nice to have a little set of brushes that just fit into your pencil case quite nicely, that you can open out but they still feel quite balanced in your hand. Again, I think these were Amazon ones that she's bought them from, but I've not tried them yet. They've still got their transit glue on the ends, but they look quite nice brush ends so far. They are 12, 8 and a 4, so yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having a play about with those. And I love the fact that you can literally just unscrew the handle, obviously pop it back in. You need to be a bit careful when your brushes are wet and obviously haven't got the glue on. They're not going to be as easy to pop back in without causing damage, so that'll be, I'll have to be careful there. But yeah, I think they're a great little travel set. I love the little wallet they stick in, keep them protected a little bit. You can chuck that into your bag or into your pencil case quite easily, because it's just a nice little thin little thing. Yeah, really handy. Looking forward to having a play with those as well. Then my colleague from work got me this very colourful Stuart Palette from culturehustle.com. I think it's that company that does the blackest black paint. I might be wrong, but I suspect that's who they are. And I've not had a chance to have a play with this, but it is. Look how lovely this palette looks. Just really nicely packaged. Just feels like a professional product as soon as you open it. Let me move the box so I'm not keep hitting it. So you've got this print of the colours, which I've no idea at the moment whether it's like the colours or not. I'll see when I get going, but there's some cracking names like Venom, Envy, Emerald City, Grunge, Loser, Swamp, and just, yeah, I think it's really quite interesting selection on this little pearlescent card. Then you've also got, put that there, you've got this tray that lifts out that's got little legs on it, so you can have it next to your palette or you can fit it into the little holes. She says not fitting it into the holes, and have it so it's all attached, or obviously you can keep it loose. You've got a little water brush with it, size 8ish maybe. It's quite a big brush. Again, it's logo with the same thing. And yeah, these lovely colours that, as you can see, I have not yet had a play with, but they do look quite pigmented, so yeah, I'm quite looking forward to having a swatch and a play with these, see how they work out. But yeah, really lovely gift, very impressed with it. I'm almost at the it's too nice to use point with it though, which is ridiculous, I know, but it's so nice I don't want to make a mess of it. See, putting it back in the box, don't put it back in the box, because then I won't use it. Then I've also got two lovely Derwent products. So these ones I have a set of already, but I'll be honest, my set, excuse me reaching, my set have seen better days. I use them so much that they tend to live in this little tub on my desk, but as you can see, I'm on pencil extenders on a lot of them, and some colours in particular I use a lot of. So yeah, I was like, another set of these would be really handy because I use them a lot. They're beautiful pencils. I so wish Derwent would do a massive set of these. They're like a 148 set in Derwent drawing style, because the leads are so chunky on them. They're really lovely to use. I love the texture of them. I love the lay down. Derwent, full big set of these please, because they're lovely pencils. They're beautifully made. They're a real quality product. The leads are so chunky on them. They're lovely, but you can still get them reasonably sharp. I think they're a great product. One of my favourites. They'll be staying in the store till I'm ready. And then these I hadn't got any of. I think my brother got me these. The Graphy Tint, again, another set that I'm really looking, excuse the plastic, looking forward to playing. Let's get rid of the shiny plastic, because that's a bit annoying, isn't it? I kind of like having them with the plastic on though. I feel like they're still beautiful and new. Obviously haven't had a play with them. Oh, what's it stuck on? You don't want to discover that it's stuck on. It's stuck on that. Let's get rid of that. There we go. Now we can see without everything reflecting. So yeah, lovely. I just like the idea of these, that they're kind of all muted, but you can use watercolour with them, wet them, see what they do. Quite looking forward to having a play and seeing what effects I can get with those as well. Might have to get a case for these. And I think that was pretty much, excuse me while I organise my piles, pretty much everything that my family and friends bought me colour-wise, which is not too bad for me. Excuse me while I get my other piles from the back. In fact, I'll leave that one for now. But then I did buy myself a few other bits. One was an essential. So you might have noticed before, I've been using, I can't remember what they're called. Is it M&R? I think it's an M&R sharpener. And I have the spare blades for this sharpener that I deliberately bought them at the same time. Can't find them now, I want them. Oh yeah, here they are. So I bought this one, and I bought these two, and I bought the blades that go in it. Great, fantastic, we all think. And that's what I thought, great, because, you know, this is a great sharpener, love it. This is really handy, chuck it in a work bag, love it. This one's really handy as well and super sharp. Until I actually think, right, this one's now actually not sharpening that well. I need to put a new blade in it. Except no one could get the blade off this old one. I don't know. I should have emptied this before I tried to show you this. Let me just empty that before it goes absolutely everywhere. Now it doesn't want to empty out. Ugh, annoying. So they have these little tiny little screws that I thought, well, this will be simple. Jewellery screwdriver, get it open, put a new blade in. Except I can't get these screws that open, can't move them. Thought, is it just me being a bit of a pune? Husband's had a go at it. He also cannot even move it. And we've messed about with it that much. I've actually cracked the plastic trying to get the screws to open. So effectively this is now blunt and I can't put a new blade in it, which is very disappointing. These two I'm hoping I can put a new blade in, but obviously this has like a quarter blade, a half blade and then the full blade. I'm hoping that these will go in because they look like they should go in and they're by the same manufacturer, but if you can't get the screw out, that's not much use, is it really? So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with my M&R ones because they're great sharpeners, they work beautifully. That one's worked for ages so well. But I gave up and everybody was recommending the Dahl, I think it's 133. As you can see, I'm already using it because wow, this sharpener is amazing. Why did I not get one of these earlier? I'm not a great lover of a rotary sharpener, I'll be honest. I have the I think it's the Derwent one at school that the kids use, and don't get me wrong, it's lasted well in the classroom, and that's the tester of anything. If you can survive the classroom, you can survive anything. But when you put it in, my Derwent ones makes those annoying grip marks on the pencil. I don't want my pencil with horrible indents all over them. So that instantly puts me off. I've not spent all that money on nice pencils to have them chomped basically by the little teeth in a sharpener. This doesn't do that. It seems to have like rubbery little teeth. You can't really see them. I've tried to have a look myself before. If I open it, can you see them? Anyway, whatever it's gripping with doesn't damage my pencils, so I was really chuffed with that. And sharpener, although this is a blender, didn't really want it sharpening, it just sharpens so well straight away. And obviously you can change the settings on the side of it to how sharp you have it. So as you can see, you can have it super sharp or a bit more blunt. I've turned it down a bit, but it's still pretty sharp, isn't it? And yeah, it leaves a little bit of faff on the blade. And what I first didn't realise, I think I did put a whole bind in it first of all, and having used my Derwent one, you put the one in the Derwent one, you turn it, and then it stops sharpening when you're actually sharp. So I was kind of thinking this one would do the same, but then I've realised now it just keeps sharpening. It will sharpen away your entire pencil. So you do have to watch that. It's literally like a turn and a half, 2 turns is enough, and it will have sharpened yours super sharp like that. So I'm really chuffed with this. I think it was a tenner on UK Amazon. I'm sure it's available in, well, I think that was different colours when I looked on UK Amazon, but yeah, really chuffed. I think this is my best purchase ever, is where I think I am with that. I love it. Then, when I purchased my new... I've got bits of sharpening everywhere now from having all those out. Let me get rid. When I purchased my new Clara Markova book, flips on the channel if you want to have a look, I also ordered from the same place these 2 little books. I did order these. I think I ordered them in August. And obviously these are available in lots of different places, but because I had to wait for my Clara Markova book, I had to wait for these as well. So I was kind of like, oh, why did I order them on the same order? So I've got Emma's Tale, Inktober 2020 by Gracia Salvo. I hadn't got any Gracia Salvo until these 2, so these are my first Gracia Salvo books. And I did just get this because I thought I'm quite enjoying having some smaller books to work in. So I think it is a story, and then you have little journal pages. There's lots of, like, there you go, you've got a little journal page in between. I don't know what I'll do with that, but it means I can use alcohol markers in here if I want to, so that kind of works out quite well. It's beautiful paper, really lovely paper. Again, there's lots of flips online. I'm not going to spend ages giving you a look through, but I think it is a story, and obviously there's some beautiful drawings in here. And I thought, yeah, maybe this is something, you know, I haven't got time to do a big page in one of my other books, but something like this. Ooh, that's a nice page, isn't it? Something like this. Yeah, would be an easier colour. There's still quite interesting images. There's quite a bit of variety in it, and obviously her drawings are beautiful anyway. So, and it's such a lovely, nicely finished book. Yeah, I was really pleased when it came. It really feels like something special. It's so nicely made. Yeah, very pleased with it. And then I haven't got any of the others because there's quite a few of these larger A4 Gracia Salvo versions. I'm not sure, are these on Amazon as well? This one isn't the Amazon version, it's a properly printed one. But I do like a portrait now and again, and I hadn't got any of her portraits really, so I quite fancied having a go at some of these. Slightly terrifying, but hopefully I shall be brave one month and have a go, because they are beautiful, and they've obviously got flowers in, which I do enjoy. Doing a little bit of flower work now and again, I find that quite relaxing. So yeah, I thought this was a nice addition to my collection. Quite heavy grayscale, I think, in some of them. That's the only thing that I'll be like, how am I going to work with that? I'm guessing that's who's printed it, but I don't know, because I can't read it. But yeah, so Gracia Salvo Brightness, the Women of Flowers Collection 3 Grayscale Colouring Book. I haven't got any of the others. Those are the only two of her work that I have. Let me pop that back over there. Then there were a couple of other bits that, did I get this from Amazon or Book Depository? It's got a Book Depository thing in, so I'm thinking it was Book Depository. I got Mystic Animals, Colour Your Creature Companions, Stratton Pearson. And this, as I've noticed on Book Depository a while ago, I've kept seeing it on various different people's channels, and I think I've seen a few pages done out of it, and I thought, these books are not normally my cup of tea where you get them one-sided like this, but these are such lovely animal images. Lovely bee page that, yeah, I did quite fancy it, and I thought, I don't think it's the kind of book that I will colour all of it. It's not all my thing, but there are enough in here that I thought was cute and that I might do. I quite like the fish, I like the birds. Bats. There's a few that moth definitely, that I like. Oh, dragonfly. There's enough in here that I thought, yeah, I think it's worth doing. Paper's pretty good. It's quite smooth and it's reasonably thick. I don't know if you'd get away with watercolour. It maybe feels a little bit too thin for watercolour. I think you'd probably get quite a bit of wrinkling with it, but there's some really nice images in it, and yeah, spotted on Book Depository, so ended up falling from it. If you've got either of them, you might know the style that's in here as well. So yeah, I'm quite liking it. Mystic Animals by Stratton Pearson. And this next one is a bit unusual for me, I can't lie, but Amazon kept showing it me. Totally Outrageous book by Joshua Dunbar. I think I got it when I got the little Christmas book from Joshua Dunbar. 80s New Wave, because who doesn't like a bit of 80s? And I do like a bit of colour, and I don't have a huge amount of Joshua Dunbar. I literally have this book and that little, is it Christmas Cuties, that one? So I thought, I like a bit of 80s. 80s music, 80s visuals, yeah. I won't do all of these, but some of them I quite like, and it's something a bit different. I particularly like that page. This page is getting done at some point. I don't know what it is with me and these kind of fairground rides. I love them. So yeah, Joshua Dunbar. And then another little Amazon purchase. Fantasy colouring book for adults. Not even going to try and pronounce that. It's from Amazon. Again, I think I just thought this was quite cute. I quite like these characters, and you've got a bit of patterned clothing that I think is quite silly, but I quite like it. Look at look at this dress on that fox. It's stupid. It's a totally stupid book, but I quite like it because it's so silly. It's daft. It's really thin. What I don't get is why that bit's all like that, and then you get halfway through and it's like somebody else has done it. No, don't know what I think about it. What's that? Is that a tree or a duck or a face or I don't know. But yeah, I quite like it up to halfway point, and then it falls away badly from that point. There's part of me that kind of wishes they'd just stopped there, because this bit I quite like. That's quite entertaining. It's unusual. This bit, terrible. Probably never going to colour from that point onwards, but it was cheap, as you can imagine. Fancy colouring book for adults by whoever that is. I don't think there's any information in it, is there? Oh, there you go. Yeah, there is. I'm telling lies. It wasn't printed in the USA. It was printed in the UK. See? Right, and then last little book. Oh no, I'm telling lies. I've got two. One isn't really a colouring book because a friend bought it me. That's got mushrooms in it. Because they know me far too well, and so it's just a little notebook, but it's got mushrooms in it, so yay. Can I use it though? And then I did get this that I saw on Amazon. Mecca Maidens colouring book by Goodrill Hall. And since I noticed this conversation after I just ordered this, frustratingly, and then I decided to do a little bit of looking. And who is this person? Is this a person? Because when you actually go onto the page on Amazon, that's what they say about this person: exploring the world of colouring book art with artificial intelligence. And I did come across on Facebook a little conversation about that this is in fact AI art, that it isn't actually a person that's done it, and kind of Amazon's description did not make me think that that wasn't the case. So I'm in mixed minds about this. Does it matter whether a person drew this or whether a computer drew this? I don't know what I think about it really. I got it because it's portraits, but it's kind of like robot-y portraits, and I didn't have anything like this. And there are a few books by this artist, this computer, whatever it is, whoever it is. I do like it. I don't regret getting it. But yeah, what's your thoughts? Should we be colouring images if a computer drew them? Does it matter whether this is a real person or whether AI did it? I'm not sure what I think overall. This whole book has different images every page, and it's quite a chunky little book. They're quite similar. Noses are always pretty similar, I've noticed, particularly. Like, that's how, if it is a computer, that's how it's learnt to draw the nose. Shading is very similar on all of them in that respect. But visually, they do all look very different on this same theme. But yeah, it's just left me with questions, really. There are a few more, but I just can't hold it and turn them. You've got a couple of test sheets at the back and some more robot-y ladies. Apparently there's no robot-y man. Not in this book, and that was all of them. So yeah, what do we think? Should we be buying AI art to colour? I honestly don't know what I think at this moment in time. Does it matter? I suppose it means that whoever's is earning from this is not someone that's actually drawn it. Does that matter? Oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know what I think. Then I've got a few random things. So I had to take my dog to the vet the other day for her annual injections because she goes to daycare. She has to have them. And they have a little QVC outlet place right near where her vets are, which I don't normally drive over there at all. But they have started doing Gemini, Spectrum Noir, what's the other, Crafter's Companion stuff at QVC here in the UK. So I noticed this, which as you can see was £18, but it was all literally sealed up, so I couldn't see what it was. But I thought, you know what, for £18, I've driven all this way, I'm going to have a look what's in, just get one and see. And yeah, I think I've come out alright. I think this probably would have cost me more had I ordered them from somewhere. So I've got a pack that has, I think it has a die and these stamps in it. I'm not sure how I'll use that in my colouring, if I'm honest. I've got a die that does some little jigsaw pieces, which I thought could be handy. Could even do like a Christmas decoration or something with that, couldn't I? Then I've got Masquerade Ball, Shall We Dance, that has these little stamps in them. There's a better view of them. I've got another little jigsaw die. Again, I might even use it for school, you know, for a puzzle or something. Then I've got Birthday, that looks like it's got quite a big die in it. Girl Boy to You, again, not a huge amount of use for my colouring, but might be used for a birthday card. Good luck, you'll do great. Another, I think it's just a die, or maybe a die and a stamp, maybe, don't know. Should open them, but I've not yet. Cute little lamb, I do quite like them. And look, I've got You Are Loved. What's the other one say? Little One for You. I think this has a die and a... Let's have a look. Instead of guessing, get in there. Ooh. But yeah, I literally only got this on Friday because I just had to go back to the vets. Ooh, is there anything in it? Not so much of a deal if there's nothing in it. So, yeah, so cute little die stamp, engaged brain. And then, oh yeah, there is the die. And then there's a die that fits the little stamp as well. Shouldn't have taken these out now. Oh, I'll sort it later. A daft little book. How to use it, I'm guessing. Then I've got another one that's got dies and stamps, little butterfly and some flowers, might be useful in my journal. And then Just Peeking to Say Hello. So this one has Just Peeking to Say Hello, a little cat, some leaves, little plant pot, happy new home, with you is perfect place to be. And then obviously die to cut something out, though that's quite an odd shape, isn't it? Anyway, some dies are in it as well. Then I've got Connie Fong, Art and Design Crafter's Companion. This nice little angel, I like her. And I've got the dies to cut her out if I needed. And then last but not least, I think this is just a die. I think it does this 3D Best Wishes effect. So I was like, do you know what? £18. Can't knock that, can you? I think I've done okay there. And then I've just got my subscription things. So I've got my Sticky Club that was very late. So I think this is December's, but I've literally just got it in January. So you've got these like little, I won't go through them all because lots of people do Sticky Club, don't they? But you've got these little wacky little, they look like negs or little photographs. I've got a little pad that's got like a playing image on it, and then I've got I've got a card. Happy birthday, here's a spooky card, and then some kind of some stickers that look like they'll go with my 80s book quite nicely, that are all a little bit wacky, bright and vivid. Yay, cassettes. And then I think that matches that little card that I've got going on as well. So that's one of them. I think that was probably Pop Pack. And my vintage had, again, I won't get them all out because I know loads of people have done them, little images that are like torn. They look like armoury and things like that. It's like Knights of the Round Table. I've got a little book that I think looks quite cute. The Royals. Don't mention the Royals. A little book that's quite cute. And then some stickers in the back. That again, lots of people I'm sure have stolen them. Got a little bit of washi page. These are beautiful. Love these. Little numbers. And then a card that is a bit strange. I'm not sure I'd send to anyone, but I might be able to use it in my journal somewhere, although I am behind with my journal. I have not done December. And then my subs boxes, I've got my Sketch and Story, which had tropical rainforest as their theme this month. And yeah, I've got some quite strange things that I've not seen before. So we've got some nice washi, if my camera wants to focus. That's, yeah, it's quite different. It's kind of like animal print with pattern, but with metallic. It's quite nice. And then another one that's like animal print with foiling on, that I also quite like. It's probably not something I would have bought myself, but now I have it, I do quite like it. I've got these little watercolours. Is it KMS watercolours? Again, look really bright. Toucan, hibiscus, vine green, macaw, and canopy leaves. But that looks like a really useful green in particular. So yeah, I'm looking forward to giving those a play. And then I've got some Molotov Aqua Twin. That's my little pad. So it has a chisel and a little brush. Oh, it's nice and fine, a little brush. Yeah, it's quite firm. Yeah, they're quite nice. So I've got a, what colour is this? Does it say what the colour is on it? Apparently you can get refills, refill exchange. Oh, 12. Does that say cyan? Yeah, cyan, dark green, and what's the last one? Brown. Exciting. So yeah, I've not played with these yet. These will be water based because they don't smell. So oh, it's quite an emerald green. Yeah, they're quite nice. Quite nice idea that you can refill them. That I like. And then I've got some more, same brand, Molotov Aqua Colour brush. Has this got colour on it? Another cyan. Might have been nice to have had a different colour, might it? Because that is literally the same colour, isn't it? Perhaps they do different things. And pink. Ooh, that is very pink. And obviously a Dinky Decker. And then this is the artist work that's come this month. Big Dreams, Wild Hearts. Info's on the card, which I won't read to you. But yeah, I quite like this. A mix of different bits and pieces this month. And then last but not least, I've got room without everything falling on me, budge up. I've got my scroller box, which I'll only whiz through very quickly. White card, very inventive. This crazy line work. And then, ooh, just what I always needed, some more acrylic paint pens. So they're the Edding ones. And do these have colours on? Are they on the ends? I'm not spotting what they're called easy, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Blue, red, well, it's kind of like a mauvey red. Yellow and black. And I think these are quite big nibs, unfortunately. Might be alright for some backgrounds or something like that, might they? Why do they need all this plastic on it? But yeah, for me, quite chunky nibs. I don't use chunky nibs very often, but okay for a background. I've got some mini benthos and a really helpful pencil and Unipin pen. Chisel. Didn't even, oh, that is quite a weeny little chisel. Look, it's tiny. I've never seen a chisel from one of them, so Don't know what I think about that. Anyway, so yeah, a few bits from my scroller box. I'm in mixed mind whether to carry on with my scroller box. They seem to have good and bad months going through, really. Who knows? Is that the rest of my pile? And I think, breathe a sigh of relief, that was pretty much all my collection of stuff that I've been very kindly gifted for December, and bits and pieces that I've ordered or grabbed hold of, and obviously my subscriptions for this month. Hopefully it was something that was interested you in all that chaos. Let me know if you've got any questions. I may or may not be able to answer them. Who knows? But hopefully something has interested you. Thank you very much for watching. Enjoy your colouring. Bye bye.